So in your book, you talk about the personal story about faking puberty. What does that mean?
Faking puberty?
Yeah.
Okay.
In what way?
Yeah, that's a super embarrassing story. But again, so what happens to young boys, and I'm sure it happens to girls, is that you start to have this competition in terms of like, okay, are you late? Are you early? When is puberty hitting? When is hair growing in all the different places? When is your voice changing? And for me, I was a quote unquote late, although I don't believe there's such thing as being late.
Right.
But I was behind the other kids. And I noticed that a lot of the other boys' voices were changing. And so when they talk, they'd have this like, you know, it kind of like, you have this kind of weird, almost Steve Urkel kind of thing going on. And I remember feeling like, oh wait, I'm not a man. I'm not changing. I'm not turning into a man fast enough. So I would pretend to like change my voice, and like my voice would squeak when I would talk a little bit like that. And I just wanted the other kids to see me like them. At one point, all the kids were getting zits early on. And then they were making fun of me for not having zits. This is the school I went to. So I would go home and I'd like put on my mom's night cream because she told me, oh, don't put that on, it's gonna make your skin oily. I'm like, oh, oil means zits. Maybe I'll be like the other boys. And I gave myself such bad acne, I had to go on Accutane when I was like 17 years old, because it was just this desire, because I wanted to fit in, I wanted to be cool, I wanted to be like the other boys, when in reality, if I would have checked in with those other boys, they would have been feeling so awkward and uncomfortable about their voice changing or about them getting zits that they were making themselves feel better by putting me down because I hadn't experienced it yet. So they were all struggling and I was struggling, and if I could have just talked to somebody, I could have known that I was perfect just the way that I was, that it was happening at the right time.
And what was it like, Dana Ross is your mother-in-law. What is it like sharing the music and having her listen to it? Like, how does that work?
You know what? I think it's nerve-wracking at first playing music, for anyone when it's new, but definitely her. You're like, oh, please like it. Definitely butterflies, and, you know. But she's such a wonderful mother-in-law. Yeah, so she's very encouraging, and she helped us on the album too.
Yes. Listen, let me tell you my Diana Ross story. So she came to Chicago, Ashlee girl, and I love a concert, y'all.
Oh, she puts a good show
Jones,
on.
oh my God, one of my favorites, and them gowns she be wearing is everything. But I decided, I was coming from home and I was just enjoying myself, and I thought I had some fabulous Diana Ross flip-flops on, okay? But I was gonna sit in the skybox. So I'm watching the show, Ashlee. And then all of a sudden, somehow I ended up sitting in the very front. Normally we sit, you know, in the back in the skybox or something. So I go and I sit at the front and I'm like, Lord, I'm in the front of the house. Diana Ross is right here. While I get ready to lead a concert, y'all, I get right to the back door and they said, Diana Ross said for you to come to stage and sing. I said, what? Y'all, I got on flip-flops. I can't go on the stage with Diana Ross. Do you see this, Ashlee?
No, let me. Oh my God! Hey, but you're cozy.
Honey, when I tell you I learned my lesson from here on out,
Oh my God.
you would never see me go to nobody else's concert. Ain't no flip-flops.
Oh my God! I love this. You know what? That is so amazing.
I was like, well, if she's saying get up here and sing, I better get up here and sing, flip-flops or not. I had to share that story.
Oh my God, that's the best story ever. You know what though? You're cozy, you're grounded.
Yes.
You know, I'm sure she loved it.
And she did, and she let
And
me
you
sing
have the
with
best
her.
voice. I mean,
Thank
you can wear
you.
anything.
And it was a dream, and I would never forget having that moment with her.
What song did you sing?
My love. Ooh,
I love
and
that.
it was a dream to be able to sing with her.
She sang that at our wedding for us, and that was a surprise for us.
How beautiful
She was like,
is
I'm
that?
not singing at your wedding, and surprised us.
Who were some of your inspirations growing up?
Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And see, it's funny. A lot of people don't know that Eddie Murphy once was a comedian. You know, seriously. No, it's crazy to say that, but if you talk to somebody under 25 and you say Eddie Murphy, oh, the guy from Shrek,
That is
or the guy from
true.
these movies, they don't realize that the man was a comedian back in the day. And so between him and Robin Williams, that picture, by the way, interesting story. I was doing a show at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, and it's a show that I did once a month. And so the manager calls me up and he says, hey, listen, I have a comedian who wants to do a guest spot on your show. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, no problem. And he goes, but the comedian wants to go on after you. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't, you know, you're an
Yes.
entertainer. You know what's up. If your
Right.
name's on the marquee, nobody goes
You're
on
the
after
headliner.
you. You are the headliner.
You're the headliner.
No one goes on after you. So I said, well, who is this comedian? Who is this person? And they said, well, they asked me not to say. I said, well, Richard, it's my show.
Right.
Just tell me. I'm not, you know, he goes, all you have to know is that if you ever have a secret, now you know I can keep it. And I'm like, what kind of 5-year-old mess is that? You know what I mean? I go, just tell me who it is. He goes, don't worry, it's gonna be a big deal. So I'm like, all right. So the show happens. I say yes, because I need to know who this comedian is. I'm on stage, and they hand me a note during the middle of my set.
In the middle
Please
of your set?
bring him up. And so I tell the crowd, hey, you guys, we got a special guest, and I need to get off the stage. And they're like, no, because they had paid to see my show. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it normally. But I said, when you find out who it is, you are gonna forget about me. And everyone's like, no, keep going. I go, no, you don't understand. And so I said, ladies and gentlemen, I go, I can't even, Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
They did not believe me. They did not react. See how you got quiet right now?
Yeah.
Same thing happened over there. Everyone's like, yeah, they didn't believe it. And then I turn around and I look at the curtain and he's not standing there. And I'm like, oh my God, they just pranked me.
Right.
And I didn't realize it, but Robin Williams was standing behind me.
Right behind you?
Yeah, I couldn't see him because he was behind me, and the audience couldn't see him because, But anyway, he went on, and I watched one of my comedy heroes perform like 10 feet away from me,
Yes.
because I just watched from behind the stage. And when he got off stage, that's when I greeted him, and I said, hey, thank you so much for what you did. You're one of the main reasons why I do this. And we took that photo, and that's the one and only time I got to meet him.
Oh my God. And of course you'll never forget it, right?
Yeah.
That is amazing. And then you got to shoot your first love scene while doing this?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, love scene, you say sex?
You can say sex.
It was a sex scene, multiple
It's
sex
the happy
scenes.
place, but I'll let you say it.
Yeah, they were all on my last day of filming.
Last
they
day?
just stacked them up, and then, yeah. I don't know if you guys have filmed many sex scenes. They put all these options in your room of G-strings, you can put a little pouch.
I have not
underwear.
done this, so I am listening. What?
Yeah, I went with the pouch option. Seems sleek. Yeah, and then there's another layer of protection, and then a pillow in between you and your co-star, so it's very, above board. And there's an intimacy coordinator who's making sure everything is,
And you had
agree to
several
everything.
scenes on your last day of,
Yeah,
of
just
shooting.
constantly faking orgasms.
Was it tiresome?
Yeah.
Did you get tired of faking it?
At first, I was, because I was nervous. But then the more we went along, it's just like any other scene. I was like, let's go again. I'm ready to go again.
Come on, tell me your scripture.
John chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever believe in him shall not perish, and they shall not die, but have everlasting life. Yes,
Oh, my God.
You better open up the doors of the church, young man. Now, woo, child.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You were singing, "Take me to the water to be baptized." Can you sing it?
All right.
Can we sing?
Take me to the water, y'all. Take me to the water. Take me to the water, to be baptized. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous. Nothing but the righteous.
Shall see God. You better take it on. You have lifted us all up. You have an amazing calling on your life. Okay, so you keep doing what you're doing, okay, and walking in God's will. You gonna do that?
I'm never forgetting about God. Amen.
Amen. That's the way to go. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.